Welcome to the MMJC program, and welcome to kind of the classroom where most of our classes happen, and kind of the clubhouse. You can see some of the students still hanging out here, because even after class, because they like to hang out here. For the people who are on Zoom, feel free to submit some questions. You can do it as we go. We've got somebody monitoring the questions for you. For everybody here in the room, feel free to ask questions as I'm going along, and there'll also be time at the end to answer any of your questions as well. When we wrap up, there are some students, current students here, so feel free to stick around afterwards, and they're happy to sort of give you a tour, walk you around, answer any questions you have. It's one thing to hear from me, it's a different thing to hear from the students who are actually doing this. So we'll move on. Just going to kind of walk you through a few things about the program, and also walk you through the program and tell you a bunch of details about it, and then take your questions. Why choose the MMJC? Obviously, you're here, so you're interested in it. I'll go through some of the reasons that make us different. We are the only program of our type in Canada. We're a master's program that teaches both journalism and communications. So it's a unique program in Canada that way. There's certainly communication programs, there's journalism programs, but there aren't ones like ours where we're teaching you both. It is a one-year program, as you probably know, which is nice. It gets you in and out of the program quite quickly. You will start in September. So the students who are here just are in their first semester. You will be finished by the middle of August. And last month, the 34 students who started last year graduated, walked across the stage at Alumni Hall and graduated. So it's a fast program that gets you out and gets you out working. It's an intense program because you're learning a lot, because we do cover a lot in the course of that 1 year. It is a small program. This is the classroom. You get a sense for people who are here of how big the classroom is. For people who aren't here, there are 30 to 35 students in the program every year. We cap it at 35. So that's sort of what you're looking at. And you will get to know, because of that size, and because you're in that program with everybody for the whole year, you get to know your classmates very well. You'll make a lot of friends in the program. You also get to know the instructors quite well, as well, because we have a lot of time to spend with the students, and we get to know you quite well over the course of the year. Because we're a small program too, it makes it easier for us to stay current and pivot with all the changes. And our journalism and communications is changing very quickly. It's changed a lot in the 10 years I've been teaching, for sure. I didn't used to have to teach TikTok videos and Instagram videos. It's shifting quite quickly. Mark Reiner, who just walked in, teaches social media. It's changed a lot in the 8 years of the program. So it's a rapidly changing thing. We are a small program. We don't have a huge undergraduate program that's in journalism like some of the other schools do. So we're able to pivot quite quickly. And if you think of it, I sometimes think of it as the bigger schools are like ocean liners. And if they want to change directions, it takes them a bit of time. It's the same with legacy media. With us, we're a smaller program and can shift more like a Zodiac, move quickly through different things. The program's also a combination of practical work and academic work. You will have high rigorous standards for your academic work. And then about 75 to 80% of the work is hands-on production work as well. So there's a combination of both. Some programs are just hands-on. A lot of communications programs are just academic. We're that combination of both. And both are important. There are a lot of changes that happen in the industry, as I mentioned, but one thing that hasn't changed and doesn't change is what's at the heart of everything we teach, which is storytelling. And whether you're doing journalism or communications, storytelling is at the heart of both of those. And you need to get your story across. And that's what's going to make people care and be interested in whatever it is you're talking about. So the fundamentals don't change. What a story is, how to find one, how to interview people, how to communicate it in a clear, compelling, and professional way on different platforms. Storytelling, again, is at the heart of everything we teach. All right, so this is a question you're probably asking yourself, and will be asking yourself until you decide which program you want to take, whether you're a good fit for the program, and whether this is a good program for you, for both of those things. Our students who come into the program, and if you talk to some of them afterwards, there's another one walking in, you'll find out they all come from different backgrounds. They come from social sciences, arts and humanities. We've got a few people from sciences this year, a couple of them are in the class, a few people from psychology. So whatever your background is, you have a 4-year university degree, you're good at critical thinking by the time you arrive here, and we just start teaching you the skills to tell really good stories. If you're curious, if you like to tell stories, if you enjoy applying theory to practice, and you want to develop a broad range of communication skills, we are a great program for that, and maybe the right program for you. If all you want to do is write essays, and I know some of the people in this room are an MIT, one history student, you've probably written a lot of essays in the last few years. If that's what you love and it's all you want to do, this might not be the right program for you. You're going to be doing a lot of hands-on stuff in this program. There will be, again, essay writing. It's an important part of it, but that will be just one piece of it. There will be a lot of production in this program. The academic courses that we have, I'll mention them in a couple minutes, but it's the theory course and our law class in particular are both more on the academic front. Okay, I'm going to now walk you through the actual program. So it's 3 semesters, 1 year, but 3 semesters, starting in September. The first semester, everybody takes the same courses. You take 5 courses, and that's giving you a foundation for journalism and communication, and everybody takes those same courses. Some people have a little more experience. They might have a bit of journalism background. You might have written at the Gazette, worked at the Gazette. Other people might have taken a course or 2 in undergrad that's journalism related or communications related. That's fine. You'll be a little advanced in in one of the courses or the other course, but everybody's we're starting from the ground up and building a foundation for you. So if you don't have any background in journalism and communication, you're fine. That's where we're starting you. And everybody works together, all 35 students, through the 5 courses. So you get to know each other very well, just in the first semester alone. I'm going to walk you through the courses that we have in the fall semester, go over quickly, a little bit faster, the ones in the winter and the summer. But we do have some instructors here today, so I'm going to just, one of the courses you'll be taking is Introduction to Journalism, and Mark Carn has taught that every year, so I'm going to get him to sort of talk about it a little bit.
Probably be up here, right? Is this on?
Sure.
So I'm Mark Carney. I teach the Introduction to Journalism course, and as Jeremy said, some people come into this program having taken something in undergraduate and might have some familiarity with journalism. Others have nothing like that, and so we start at the beginning. If you don't know anything, then it's really, here we go. This is the beginning of how to write stories, how to write news stories, etc. And for those of you who might have taken the undergrad journalism courses with me in MIT, or some of the writing courses over in Arts and Humanities that touch on journalism as well, some of it will be a bit of a refresher at first for you, but the assignments are all different. And you'll get a chance basically to write sort of basic news stories. You get a chance to write some more feature-ish like stories. One of the things that you'll do is you'll be interviewing people to do those stories. This is the difference between journalism and essay writing. It's not about going to the library or going online and finding books and articles, etc. It's about going out and meeting people and talking to them, getting their stories, and then telling those stories in a compelling and interesting way. So that's, we have about, I think, 5 assignments altogether. It's a bit of a range of things to do over the course of the fall term. I think it's fun. I hope that the students think it's fun and interesting to do. And you get a sense of how journalism works, and that leads into the second term. You get a chance to explore journalism in more depth with some other kind of courses that are available. So that sums it up.
So back on there. Intro to Communications starts with a foundation as well for communications. It's the person who instructs it is across the hall. She's doing a scenario day with the students, so they're actually doing some stuff this afternoon and going on. I'm not sure if she's going to be in later to talk about her courses, but if she is, I'll let her do that. I'm going to put a student on the spot. Anybody want to sum up what you're learning in Erin's class? Erin, to sum up Erin's class? Let me get your microphone. Hang on a second, Erin. I'll get your microphone so they can hear you online.
Yeah, so hi everyone. So yeah, for the Intro to Communications, it covers a lot of bases that I didn't even expect going into it. So we cover a lot of things, whether it be social media marketing, to what we're doing today, which is like crisis comms, learning how to feel like when a journalist is asking you really tough questions, how do you answer that? So it's a lot of really good practical experience as well. We've gotten a chance to work on communications plans, and currently one of the projects we're working on right now is a communications audit where we're working with a a local community partner, and we work with them to kind of just review all of their communications materials to get a sense of like what their strategy is, and we work together to help like provide solutions and like advice. So we cover a lot in this class, and it's, I think, really beneficial if you want to go into communications. It's a good like base level understanding of what it is to do comms, and yeah.
You can just turn off the microphone on the side there. Oh, next one's me. Audio and visual storytelling skills. So that will be the introduction for you for how to tell stories using audio as well as video. And from that, in my course in the fall, you will learn everything you need to know, basically starting, again, from zero. We'll teach you how to use the professional cameras like the one you see behind you. The rooms behind you, 3 of them are edit suites, so we'll teach you how to use Avid software so you can edit your stories as well. Second semester, those of you who edit on Premiere or anything else that you like to edit on can edit on anything you want. But in the first semester, we get you editing on Avid so you can learn good foundational skills. I'll teach you how to interview for broadcast, how to write for broadcast, how to write for the ear, how to write for the eye, how to shoot really well, so photography and video. Everything you need to know, how to record your voice and perform a script, so you can do that on camera, and how to stand on camera and look into the camera and as if you're talking to somebody. So to be able to do that kind of stand-up work as well. By the end of the semester, you won't be experts at video storytelling, as I keep telling my students, but you will have a really good foundation, and if you want to do more advanced video storytelling the next semester, that's when you take it and start making some really good polished pieces. The social media and digital production dojo, Mark Rayner's the teacher for that, so I'll hang it up to him.
If that's okay. Yeah, so continuing the trend, the theme, it's an introductory course. And again, because everyone comes with such different experiences and backgrounds, I kind of assume nothing when it comes to digital production skills. So we start from zero and then build our way up. We cover things like coding, we cover Photoshop, we cover sorry, I'm in and out here. We'll cover things like making infographics. We'll do some basic WordPress. Essentially just all of the digital skills you're going to need for the second term and then your career. And at the same time, we'll also talk about things like what's good UX, what is content strategy, some of the key sort of bigger skill sets and soft skills you need as well. So that's the course. And I think it's fun. I know that sometimes the coding is a bit challenging for people, but I think overall it's mostly fun. Yes? Okay. Some nodding heads. That's good. That's reassuring. Okay.
Thanks, Mark. Over to Percy.
Hi, I'm Percy, and I teach one of the academic courses, but we still try to keep it pretty practical. It's Ethics, Critical Theory, and the Public Right to Know. So basically in the class, what we do is we start off with some theory. We talk about the role of journalism and communications and how they contribute to democracy. And then we also talk about journalistic values, and we critique them as well. So we critique objectivity, neutrality, stuff like that. And then we move on to applied ethics. I know it sounds a little scary, but it's very interesting. We take journalistic and communications case studies that the students choose, and then we analyze the ethical tensions in them. So Kate did one on the James Cree Smith nation stabbings. That was a fantastic one. Brian, what was your case study again? Right, so decolonization. Aaron, what was yours again? Right. So, yeah, exactly. So ethics around transgender representations as well. So pretty fantastic. And I am an alumni of this program. I was in MMJC the third, and this is the eighth cohort. And so their hashtag is MMJC is great with an 8, I think. Did I get that right? No. Kate keeps messing with me. What's the actual hashtag? MMJC updates. Okay, yeah. So you can go on Twitter and follow along and see what they're up to. So really, it's a fantastic program, and I hope you join it. Thank you.
Now I know what that hashtag is that I've been using. Didn't know what that was. All right. The winter semester. Feel free to ask questions. Anybody, any questions about first semester? We lost you yet? You're all with us. Good. Winter semester, you have a lot more choice in the winter. So first semester, you've got 5 courses that everybody takes together. You don't really have any choice. Winter semester, everybody takes the information and media law course, which is a course that teaches you everything, kind of some background in information and media law for people who are going to work in communications and in journalism. Everybody has to take one of these 2 courses. So you can either take an advanced journalism course or an advanced comms course, depending on what you're more interested in at that point. If you want to take both of them, you can. You can take one of them as an elective. So if you really are interested in both things and want to do an advanced studies on both sides, you can do both of those courses. But everybody has to take one of those courses. So that leaves you with 3 electives. This is the list from last year. We don't have our list up yet online, but so I'll go over a couple more afterwards. But these are some of the courses we had last year. For electives, you can see after advanced communications, which is the advanced communications course, which Aaron Eisens also teaches. Shoot for the Heart is a advanced video storytelling course that I teach. That's for people who are interested in journalism and communications. So in that course, you can decide whether you're more interested in journalism or communication and do your video stories based on that. So either you go do a story about an issue and somebody in the community as a journalist, or you might go work with an organization and do what we call community engaged learning. Go work with an organization and produce a video for them. So it could be Big Brothers and Sisters. It could be doing a promotional video for Covent Garden Market. It could be working with Ronald McDonald House. Any organization in London, basically, that is interested in having a video done, our students will go off and work with them for that assignment, or those assignments. You could also do one journalism and one communications video, so you can get some of both. Sheila Hanning teaches copy editing, and that's great for if you're going to work in journalism or communications. It's really important that you have good writing. Writing is a big part of what we do, so that's a great course. Podcasting is a course that's taught by Alison Devereaux, who's the host, if you listen to CBC Radio here in London at 93.5, she's the host of the afternoon show, and she teaches podcasting. Again, relevant for people who are in journalism. She's a journalist, but it's also very relevant if you're interested in communications, because a lot of companies now and organizations are running their own podcasts. A lot of agencies are being hired to create podcasts for companies, so also important on the comm side. Mastering Strategic Digital Communications and Initiatives is a course taught by another one of our grads, MMJC 2, right? Because he deferred for the first year. Okay. So John Munn, in the second year, took the course, and he teaches a course more aimed at comms, but a lot of people who are interested in journalism end up wanting to take it too, because it is a lot of digital social media stuff that he teaches in the second semester. Professional writing is now called Corporate Communications. We've changed the name, but it's pretty much the same course. Erin Eisens teaches that one as well, so if she does pop across. Anybody know how late your scenario days is scheduled till? Should be done. So I won't talk about her course because she might get here to talk about it. A few other courses that are optional. By, for, and about telling stories from and with and from the margins is a new course for us. Sally Kiwayosh is an instructor who joined the faculty 2 years ago. She'll be teaching in the winter for us. Misinformation and viral deception is, of course, a FIMS course. I should mention, you can also take other courses at FIMS at the graduate level if you want. So you're not only limited to MMJC courses. So if you do see a course like misinformation and viral deception and you're interested in that, you're welcome to take it. Long form writing and objectivity and truth is a one-off course. It's being taught by an Asper fellow. We bring one person in from the community every year, often with a journalism background, to teach a course for us. So that's being taught by Basint Matar this year. And Advanced Web and Design and Content Strategy, Mark Rayner's course, another FIMS course, Advanced Web Design, basically, kind of like what it sounds. Which you will, because you'll have taken Mark's course in the fall if you're in this program. And then any other grad course at FIMS that you're interested in, or Western, you can talk to the instructor, go through us and we'll connect you. And then you can potentially take courses across the campus as long as the instructor says it's okay. I know there's at least one student this year, Anastasia, who's doing that, and I don't know if anybody else is, but it's usually a couple students who find a course elsewhere at Western that they want to take that they can take as well. You did too? What did you take first year?
I took a critical political theory class in political science.
All right. Moving on to the summer. So summertime, a lot of people leave London in the MMJC program. You don't have to stay here. You can go for the first part of your summer is usually the internship. And the internships are supposed to be 10 weeks. That's the ideal number. And 4 weeks for the capstone project. Internships end up running anywhere from 6 weeks to right up to 14 weeks, the entire summer. Depends on where you go. CBC Toronto, a lot of people want to go there. They only do 6-week internships. CBC London, England, same deal. So it kind of depends where you want to go for how long your internships will be. And for the internships, show you some examples of places you can go, but you can go pretty much anywhere in the world. Most students stay in Canada. They go places where they often have family that they can stay with, or friends whose sofas they can sleep on. But you can go anywhere in Canada, and if we're not sending you to a war-torn country, you're not going to Ukraine to cover something for your internship. But if your life, if it's a safe country, you can go pretty much anywhere. We've sent people all over the world: South Africa, India, Kenya, many other places. England, we often send somebody to CBC London in England. And I know some of you will probably have questions about internships. I'm getting lots of questions from current students about internships. There's a lot of interest in internships, so feel free to ask questions about that either during the Q&A at the end, or also just talking to me afterwards. Capstone project is kind of an accumulation of what you've learned from the whole year. You take all the skills you've developed, and you have 4 weeks or longer, potentially if you have a shorter internship, to really work on a project you want to work on. It can be a video, it could be a podcast, it can be text-based, it could be creating a website, lots of different options. It's what you're interested in. It'll be on a topic you're interested in. There'll be an instructor who will oversee it with you and guide you through it, but it's really kind of driven by you, by your interests, and by the skills that you've picked up over the course of the year. Does that sound about right? Anything you want to add on that, Mark?
I would say it's a chance to produce what we'd say in Ireland is a party piece, something that's really polished and amazing, and it's going to from your portfolio. So this mic is really close face mic. Yeah, so it's a chance to produce something that's going to be really great and actually get the attention of potential employers.
Thanks, Mark. I'm going to suggest, do you want to try a different mic, just in case it's the mic? Okay, because I know I'm going to be calling on you again in a couple minutes. You can go on the website and find places where people have done their past internships. That's kind of a list. I'm not going to give you enough time to read through the whole thing, but it kind of gives you a taste of news organizations across the country. People do internships at universities. They do them at Western, at TMU, in Toronto, King's, like lots of different places here. People have done internships with police services in London. Different, lots of people have done internships at hospitals, sick kids, the London hospitals. Really up to you what you want to do and where you want to go, and we will work with you and help you find those internships and find those placements. And then, yeah, again, people do go internationally. That's right, we've sent people to Doha as well, and to Washington, D.C. to do internships with Al Jazeera. All right, I have a short video. This is about a little over a minute long. It's a video that one of my students put together for my class, actually for communications assignment during production week. So this will just give you a very quick Instagram reel type feel about what it looks like here at the MMJC program. As soon as you're in here, you've probably already seen a lot of this, but it'll give you a little taste. Quick bit. You very briefly saw the equipment room. We can show you some of the gear we have in there as well after the talk today. That's an example of us keeping up with the times. When I started teaching here full-time 10 years ago, nobody was shooting vertical video, and I hated it. and I've just got to accept. I still don't like it, but I have to accept that you have to do it. It's a big part of video storytelling now, so that's changing. An example of change. Access to equipment's worth mentioning for this program. We have, you get 24/7 access to the equipment. So you basically get like your Western card that'll be set up so that you can just tap on the door to come in here. Or speaking of which, Trish, can you take a quick look outside and just make sure nobody's locked outside? Thanks. Equipment room 2, you have 24/7 access to the equipment. So I know at some of the other schools you have to borrow it during school hours, and you have pretty limited access to it. Same with the edit suites. Here, 24/7 access to the edit suites as well. We have a lot of really good equipment. So the camera that Ryan is monitoring or on right now, we have, I think, 10 of those. Probably have 14 because we just got 4 new ones, but I don't know what you did with the 4 old ones. So we have basically 10. Paul's shaking his head for 10 for 35 students. So you have a lot of access to this equipment. We encourage you to use it as much as, I encourage you to use it as much as you want. Treat it like really expensive toys, but toys. So go out and play with it, because the more you use it, the more comfortable you're going to get with it. We have GoPros, we have DSLRs. Do we have mirrorless cameras now, Paul? Mirrorless cameras, all sorts of cool toys for all those things. They keep getting new gear every year. I can't quite keep up with it. So lots of different things you can use in there and get access to. If you do want a behind-the-scenes look at sort of what's going on beyond what you're going to learn about today and beyond being able to talk to the students today, we have a social media team. Michelle's part of it. Saw Maya earlier. I don't know if she's in here. No. Part of it as well. So feel free to take a look. I would encourage you to take a look at that. It'll give you a bit of a behind-the-scenes look at what the MMJC program's doing and does. All right. To apply for the program, if you're interested, go to our website. I imagine you've all looked at there already, and you can start your application through that. In terms of what we look for, I'm really, really glad Mark came in, because Mark's on the admission committee. So Mark, and has been all 8 years of the program. Mark, maybe you could just say a few words about what we're looking for when the applications. Actually, you know what? I think I've got a few notes here.
Okay, great.
And then I'll pass to you.
Okay,
so
good. Yeah.
We're looking at your past academic success, your ability to tell a story, and your interest in media and civic engagement. And I will let Mark take over from there with application tips based on those. Do you want that up, or do you want?
Yeah, leave that up. That's
Okay,
actually
perfect.
helpful. So, yeah, there's really 3 components that we're looking at. I'm the problem. I'll just put it right on my face. So the things we're looking for here are your ability to be successful academically, because it's a graduate program. So that's your grades and where your degree and so on. But that's not the only thing we look at. So if you hear someone saying you have to have a certain percentage to get into the program, that's not really true. It has to be over 70, your average. That's the bottom. And frankly, very few people with that grade get into the program. But there are exceptions, and that's because we really value your ability to tell a story, and we evaluate that by the essay that you send to us. I think we use another word to describe it now, because it's not really an essay. Do you remember? We used to say journalistic autobiography, but that wasn't right either. It's a personal statement, yeah, which is so generic and bland. But really what we're looking for is a story. Because we care that you can do that coming in. We can teach you some things, but some of the instincts we really can't, so we're looking for that. And so we're looking for your ability to tell a story, how good a writer you are. It's about telling an interesting story. That really is what that personal statement is all about. Take the 500-word limit seriously. Some people haven't gotten into the program because they've written crazy long statements that we don't want to read. So take the the word count seriously. Yeah, and just try to find something in your life that connects with why you want to take the program. So it can be almost anything. And then, of course, do you have any interest in the media? So we'll also look at some previous work you might have done. So if you've got a portfolio, you can include a link to that. If you've got a piece of work that you're really proud of, then maybe include that as well. Don't give us 20 things. Don't even give us 3 things. Give us 1 or 2 of the best things that you've produced. And we look at all of those things. They all kind of balance together. Sometimes we'll get people in who are, they have great grades and they tell a decent story and they don't have any of this last thing, and that's okay too. So it really just depends on you as the person and where you're coming from. And we're trying to look for a good fit between what you want to do and what the program is about. Okay.
Application tips. I get this question a lot, so I'll just bring it up. How competitive is it to get in? It is competitive, but that said, it's also very doable. I mean, like Mark said, we look for a wide variety of different things. So just if your marks aren't in the A range, but you've got some really good experience, if you've done a lot of work at the Gazette, that's going to help you stand out, then you're good. Then you should be applying. Usually we've usually been getting about 100 applications, and we're taking 35 students. So that gives you an idea of how competitive it is. The students we accept are all going to thrive in the program. Like I mentioned before, 34 students started last year and 34 graduated. We only let students in who we're very confident. Mark and Aaron are excellent at picking people who are going to be able to thrive in the program. We have all the students who are here this year are doing fine, and I anticipating all of them graduating next October. So it is competitive to get in, but if your marks are in the B range, that doesn't mean you shouldn't apply. If you've got some other things going for you, or you have a really good admission essay, it's worth applying and seeing if you can get in. One thing I know, obviously, is if you don't apply, you will not be accepted to the program.
Sometimes the essay is enough to make us go, wow, that's someone who can tell a great story. So yeah, don't cut yourself short, and do apply.
Yeah, I get Mark and Aaron sometimes will send me an essay because they're like, tell me to check out this essay because it's so strong. Okay, I'm going to just take a couple minutes now and give the current students sort of a chance to talk to you briefly. And then by all means, they're here today, so please feel free to talk to them afterwards, one-on-one. They're happy to stick around and give you a tour or talk to you about the program. So for the current students who are here, do you want to just say a couple words about why people, say anything, any thoughts you have about the program, but also maybe why you think, what you'd say to somebody who's thinking about applying to the MMJC program, like the students who are here?
Yeah, I was in MIT. I'm not sure if, it is this spot. I was in MIT. I'm sure most of you probably are from MIT. And I, in undergrad, was unsure whether I wanted to do journalism or comms. That's why I chose this master's program specifically, because it does give you a clear understanding of both and then kind of makes you decide which one you want to do. Plus, you get to experience both, so you have something to fall back on if you want. As well, it's very practical. In undergrad, it's all essays and exams, and I found when I got here, it's all practical work that you can actually use going into the workforce. And it's like a community, like we're all pretty close now, I would say, because it's a pretty small class and you can all work together and help each other out. So it's a good program.
Hi, everyone. Am I the problem? I'm Kate. I was also in MIT, and now I'm doing this program, obviously. The biggest thing that I've been saying to people when they ask me how I'm enjoying my program is I say that I feel so much more prepared for when I go into working. I've noticed a lot that when I'm scrolling on Indeed or LinkedIn, when I see like the required skills that I need, it's like 9 out of 10 I have them now, or at least I have an introduction to them, and my next semester I'm gonna refine those and get better at them. So I feel a lot more prepared for actually working. And yeah, as Emily said, I found with my undergrad it was so theory-based. And so I was really nervous coming into this program because I really didn't have any experience in anything. I kind of had nothing to prove for myself when I was applying for this. I didn't have any journalism experience or really any communications experience. The only communications experience I had was for a company that went under, so there was nothing there. And so actually in my essay I talked about how I know what I don't want to do, and so this is what I want to figure out. I want to know what I want to do. So yeah, I'm happy to talk to any of you guys afterwards.
Hi guys, I'm Brian. I was in the workforce before I entered this program. As you can tell, I've got a couple of years on some of these guys. But being in the program, I can say it is absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy it. I know Jeremy was saying, everyone seems like they're confident. That's on the outside. Like you know, there is a lot of work to do, but it is a great program, and you do get a lot of skills. The entry essay, I definitely say, I know 500 words sounds like a lot. It's not. You know, get as many thoughts in that as you can. But I mean, the skills that you guys are going to learn, it is going to be really helpful for your careers as somebody who has been in the workforce before. And as Kate kind of mentioned, if you do kind of go online and look at what the skills of what employers are looking for, a lot of what you're going to learn is incorporated in this program. And there are a lot of jobs that you can get out of this. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend it.
Hi, I'm Sam. You know, Brian said he's got a few years on us, and I would agree. But this program, like he said, is really fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because I just got out of a PR scrum. Everything I've learned here, I came from an undergrad in journalism in Alberta. And even here, I'm still learning new things, whether it's comms, journalism, video. I'm taking the skills I learned and I'm adding on to them, but I'm also learning a lot of new foundational skills. So like Brian says, there is so much to be gained, especially for employers looking forward to your future. And I don't know, overall it's a fantastic experience. I would positively recommend it.
Profs, have anything else you want to add before I start to wind up? Okay. Thank you to Sam, Kate, Emily, and Brian. Feel free to follow us on social media. I mentioned earlier, those you can find that on the website as well. To check us out, our hashtag, they have a different hashtag every year, but this year we've got a hashtag for the program, or the program in general, that we'll be using every year from now on going forward. So check out behind the scenes, look at what's going on in the program. If you have questions after today, or if you're watching this on a, after, not live, you can find this information as well on the website, but for general inquiries, send them to the top line. And then I'm the program chair, and you can send me an email directly as well. If you have any questions about the program in general, let me know sort of what goes into the program. If you have questions about tuition costs, language qualifications, any of that kind of stuff, that's a good one sort of for the top line there for the general inquiries. And Shelley will help you with that. If you have any doubt about who you should be contacting, just send your email to both of us, and one of us will respond to you. Feel free to copy both of us. Any questions from the students who are here today? Prospective students who are here today? For me, for the students? Anything from, okay. I'll give you another minute to think about it. And otherwise, thank you very much for coming out. You can talk to, again, our students. Some of the teachers, instructors will stick around to talk to you. I can stick around as well. If you want to look around and have sort of a tour, happy to do that for you as well. Could give you one more shot for questions. All right, we're good. We covered everything. Thank you very much, everybody.